And we're back.
To the show that stays crunchy even in milk.
Indeed. As you can see, I've been busy with the Chaos Emeralds. So this is what I was talking about before. Now that I've played ahead, I have to select each act from the stage select screen instead of just continuing on. Which is kind of obnoxious, but that is what it is.
How did we get the snow from, like, what was the last one?
The last one was,
Underwater Ruins?
Underwater Ruins, yeah. So, and not just snow, but, snow outside of a theme park, apparently. That's going to come up later.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And technically, there's no reason for me to come over here, but I just wanted to show off how to get this red ring for some reason.
For the one person that might,
For the one person that might actually care.
Or the people who actually care about finding all the red rings.
Yeah, this went a little smoother on my practice run. You have to go far enough away to reset that snowball's position, which requires you going up here. I'm not sure where this path leads from. There is a way to get to it from the other side, but I don't know where it's at.
I was gonna say, it seemed pretty clear that you were supposed to come from the other way.
Yeah. Anyway, that snowball over the spikes, the second one tripped me up in my practice run. I walked right into the spikes while I was pushing it. Not my finest moment, but whatever.
That's not how that would work. Pretty sure the snow would just fall into the pit with you.
Yeah, probably.
Some of which would probably follow you, but...
This guy is a motherfucker, by the way.
The bar. Didn't seem that bad to me.
It took me a few tries to get the hang of his range. And that snowball is a fucking dick move.
Nobody can see you pointing.
That snowball nailed me like 6 times. I swear to Christ.
God, I thought I was bad at recognizing patterns. Which I still am, but, you know. Anybody who's watched me play Street Fighter knows I am really bad at picking up patterns.
Well, I played through this act multiple times to get the special stage open. I think 3 or... I think this is the 4th time I played through it. The first 3 times, that snowball always nailed me. Finally, I learned...
You learned...
I learned that Tails can bail you out of a lot of shit in this game.
I'm also pretty sure that's the first time you actually used the neutral spin dash. Presumably because it's mandatory.
Yeah, it's mandatory in a few places, in the first zone even, like when they introduce it. But, yeah, I think this is the first time I actually use it intentionally on the ground.
Because it's mandatory. Quick, let's pull out our snowboards to go off the spring. Sick nasty.
Indeed. Sick nasty.
Mission status sick.
Yeah, this jump went a little bit better the first time I played through it, but whatever. I didn't die, so I'm happy.
Sonic keeping those snowboard manufacturers in business. Yay!
I did the thing.
And got rewarded for it. For some reason, this game feels like it's already gone on too long.
Okay, this is where it gets weird. Now we're in the amusement park, and there's just absolutely no fucking sign of the snow whatsoever.
Well, that's because you're inside the theme park.
Apparently their snow removal system is very good.
Or the ice level is way the fuck in the distance.
I mean, I guess that's possible too, but the theme park didn't look that far away. There are multiple paths that go in and out of the background here. I usually just wind up on this one every time I play this stage. And I actually made this jump in my practice run, and then I fucked it up here. I was a little bit irritated.
Man, this music sucks.
It's not my favorite stage music, no.
It sounds like music you would hear in an old Flash game, except like the guy who made it wasn't an animator, but he was a good musician. So you have like this really high quality song, and then the music's, and then the game itself is just kind of like eh.
Yeah.
Too MIDI-like for me.
It is a touch on the MIDI side, yeah. For some reason, it is very difficult to actually get Sonic to jump straight down in this game, like to break those blocks. It's... And I goofed it. Yeah, that one caught me off guard. Despite how many times I've played this fucking stage by now.
Ugh. Ow.
But anyway, yeah, for some reason I can't quite figure out, it's difficult to break blocks directly underneath you. Unless you just stop and position yourself perfectly first.
Meanwhile, Dimps is just like, aha! I bet you missed that sudden loss of inertia when you're in the air now.
I kinda do, yeah, to tell you the truth. Air control was a nice thing to have. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, does it really count as air control when you have no control?
Partial air control. The ability to stop yourself if it looks like you're going to fucking die. That's nice. But it's also neither here nor there.
Not very conducive to half the level design in the game,
I suppose.
Hey, you were supposed to be holding forward this entire time, but guess what?
Uh-huh.
We're not gonna let you know until you fucking die in this spot.
So now we're back in the snowy area again, outside the park. And it's flooded.
Just went fucking straight in the water.
So this is another required Tails team-up, tag team section. But you can basically go through the entire act just dragging Sonic around in the water. Like I said before, you don't ever get tired because you're underwater. Your only danger is drowning.
All I can think of is how cold that water is.
Yeah, I mean, look at these fucking walruses making giant ice blocks. Could this bite me in the ass later?
I suppose at least it's not like Rise of the Tomb Raider where Laura's swimming in water that should probably give her hypothermia and it's kind of fine.
Or the first game where she's crawling around in water that should be giving her, like, strange diseases and shit when she's got open wounds. So, yeah, the walruses. They block off passages.
I am the walrus.
Yes, you are the walrus. They block off paths with those giant ice blocks.
I am the walrus.
You are the walrus.
You are missing the Big Lebowski reference.
I don't remember the Big Lebowski reference.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Okay. I'm glad that this level is at least generous with the air bubbles, unlike some earlier Sonic zones that involved swimming.
Which is to say, basically all of them.
Tails is out of juice. It's okay, we're going down.
Instead, we'll just stay in the water.
Doesn't matter too much. This...
The water was gone.
And the water was back. Yeah, I never could figure out the gimmick of this section, because the water lowers and then it comes back immediately. Like, okay, what was the point of that? Seems a little bit arbitrary, but... Swim, Tails, like you have never swum before!
For a couple seconds.
And bear.
Bar.
All of a sudden, fucking polar bear out of nowhere.
Like we're playing Ice Climbers. No sunglasses on the polar bear, though. Nor is it wearing shorts.
Indeed. And it doesn't have a backpack with a big...
hybrid bird in it.
Yes. Sorry, brain just kind of stalled out there.
What the fuck was Kazooie supposed to be again?
I believe, if I am remembering my stupid errata correctly, her species is a red-crested breagull.
Like, what the fuck's a breagull?
A completely made-up species.
I assume it was like the combination of like seagull and something else.
Yeah, I have no idea what, though. I'm sure you can imagine what happens if you get stuck because you don't get through there fast enough.
You die?
You die.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Thank you, Mr. Garrison.
Hedgehog Hell is a real place and you will be going there.
Now, I have found that the hitboxes on these walruses are a little bit wonky. I get past that one, I get past that one, and then fucking hits me out of nowhere. And guess what? There's no way out. I want you to play that back. You play that back, and you show slow motion of that. I didn't even fucking touch it.
Well, it's a Sonic game, so it's like, by the way, you're dead.
Yeah. So yeah, hitboxes on the walrus is a little bit finicky.
What's that song by Faith? Faith No More Surprise You're Dead, I think it's called.
I don't remember, actually. But yeah, that was the first time I actually died there. I did 2 practice runs and got through there without any issue, and then that happened. So I was a little bit irritated at this point, but whatever. We're going to get some precious oxygen and then get the fuck out of here.
It looked like Tails got that, not Sonic.
Tails actually can't drown in this game. Well, no, I think he can actually drown.
He just can't die.
Right. I was going to say that Tails can't drown, but then I remembered he drowned in one of my other runs. I'm like, oh, I guess that can still happen in this game. Oh, thank you. So yeah, in case it wasn't spoiled for you already by the fucking stage select screen.
Metal Sonic is here.
I don't see him yet. Although, you see that in the distance. Does that look familiar at all?
The Death Egg Mark, what was it, like the second or the third one he's built?
Mark II. Oh, and here's where that rocket comes into play again. Hi, Metal Sonic. How are you doing? But yes, that is the little planet from Sonic CD, which Robotnik has once again ensnared. And this time, he's going all out, and he's just turning the entire fucking planet into a second Death Egg.
Wasn't that what he was trying to do in Sonic CD? Before the Death Egg was a thing?
Well, he was just kind of taking the time stones.
Well, you remember the Bad Future stages.
Well, yeah, kind of roboticizing the whole planet. But, yeah, anyway.
It worked the first time, let's just do it again.
Let's do it again. So, Metal Sonic, he's, not terribly difficult. He does have some moves that can trip you up. He likes to change phases suddenly.
Alex, play the Fortane boss music here.
Or you could just leave this badass music in.
I think we have different definitions of what badass is.
I like this music.
It's very plain.
So I suppose it would come as no surprise to you that I died the first time Metal Sonic did this attack. The first time he hits, when he goes into this phase, is so close to you that I didn't have time to react, and just ran straight off the roller coaster. I was anticipating it this time, though.
Meanwhile, Metal Sonic just like, okay, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, every time you transition to a different stage of the fight, you go between a new section of the track.
This doesn't seem OSHA compliant at all.
No, it's really not. But that's it. That's it. The fight's over.
So there was one transition, and then one more hit. And that's only the fucking roller coaster track just ends. Not OSHA compliant at all.
I get the feeling this section of the park might just be under construction.
I don't know. We've seen how people play Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Fair.
Making roller coasters that literally take a day to go through.
Huh.
Or having the track end right in front of where the line is.
Ah.
Because that's how people are.
Because people are assholes.
Especially in a situation where they can play God.
Yes.
So anytime we wonder why God isn't benevolent, we should probably just look in the mirror and be like, oh, that's right. Because it's easy to be an asshole when there's no punishment for it.
Well, next time on Radical Bromance, more assholes, and possibly failure reel of collecting the Chaos Emeralds. What fun.